I've never been a part of a tie. Never even knew that was in the rule book.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
And here he is.
That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Welcome to the Football Reporters Award Show. I'm John Teddy, and I'm here to give out the best and worst of NFL in 2017/18 season. So I have up here the awards that are going to be given out. I kind of cut out some of them because they're kind of like, you can just look it up and find it yourself. So I got rid of some of them, like the Deacon Jones Award, which gives away for most sacks. Stuff like that. So mainly what this is going to focus on is the best and worst of the NFL season, in my opinion, of course. So let's get started here with the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. I think there's no doubt this is going to go to J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, who helped that community out in Houston after Hurricane Harvey. He definitely does deserve to have this award go to him, so that's who I would give it to. As for the NFL.com Fantasy Player of the Year, so basically, who was the best in fantasy football? I would give it to Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was a guaranteed start, a guaranteed at least 5 catches and 100 yards, and he had a spectacular season. Awesome season. As for some of my favorite awards here, the Never Say Never moment of 2000 of the year, that I would give it to the Patriots in Week 3 against the Houston Texans. At that point, the New England Patriots were not playing awfully that well on defensively, and they were down by 5 with about 2 minutes left to go in the game. And Tom Brady drove down the field, hits Brandon Cooks in the corner. That, to me, is the Never Say Never moment of the season. That was the best. That was honest to God the best. Let's see here. The NFL Comeback Player of the Year, so basically the one who didn't get injured, who had injured the year before, and came back and had a great season. Now, this is kind of a tough one for me because there's not really that many big stories. I mean, in terms of guys coming back from a major injury. Maybe Case Keenum. Case Keenum was benched. He has sucked the year before. I know it usually goes to the guy who was injured the year before, but this guy was awful the year before. Comes in, plays spectacularly well. I would give it to him. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I would give it to Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara was an absolute stud from the New Orleans Saints. He really, him and Mark Ingram were the backfield tandem for that team, and they really took over that offense that year, and that was absolutely spectacular. He was awesome. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He had great hands. He doesn't fumble, which also helps. So I give it to Alvin Kamara. Defensive Player of the Year is another Saint, Marcus Lattimore. You look at how that defense turned around this year. He was a major, major part of that. He was a great shutdown corner, Lattimore was. So I would give it to him. Now time for the big ones here. The Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think it's any doubt here. I believe that the Defensive Player of the Year was Calais Campbell. He went down to Jacksonville. He brought him this close to winning the AFC Championship game. He was amazing. He had a ton of sacks. He was an absolute force on that defensive line. A close second, though, would be Jalen Ramsey, his teammate. Those two guys really turned around Jacksonville, but I would give it Calais in this. Offensive Player of the Year, I would give it to Todd Gurley. This usually goes to the best running back in the league, and he was again, great. He was able to catch the ball in the backfield. He was able to run the football and really help turn around the Rams' offense. I don't think he was the exact reason why, but I don't think he was the number one reason why. I'll get to that in a second. But he was an absolute stud. Todd Gurley was. AP Coach of the Year, I'm going to give it to Sean McVay. McVay, who very little people had expectations for. The Rams were awful the year before. Turned around that team. He was really the offensive coordinator. He turned around that Rams team, brought them to the playoffs, and he's looking like the nice, bright, young coach that quite frankly, that I was not expecting. So I got to tip my captain McVay. He was awesome. And as for the MVP, I want to point out here this would have gone to Carson Wentz if he didn't get injured. But to me, it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady has done more with less. No Julian Edelman. Defense ranked 29th in the league. Not really a good, reliable target other than Gronkowski. Offensive line has been held together with duct tape and glue. I think he's the MVP, without any doubt in my mind. But they're probably going to vote Todd Gurley in as the MVP because, he's led the league in all-purpose yards. And there's no really bad choice, but to me, Tom Brady was the MVP of the NFL season. That's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I preview the New England Patriots.